there. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. How is this? Okay, so that's about there. We can zoom out a bit. Zoom back in. There we go. Cool. All right. Forgot to take off the sticker. There we go. All right. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You get some lands, you get a dice, some packs, a promo, and the box. 10 traditional foil and regular basic lands. Okay. Ooh. The Turtles bus. That's not bad. Ooh, what's this? And a little poster. Ooh. I don't know who that is, but that looks cool. Nice. Alright. Turtle bus. Is it the same as... It kind of is, yeah. It's just on the other side, and the turtle shell in the back. Turtle power. You get your little token things for +1/+1 counter, death touch, stun, a card divider, more +1/+1 stuff. Turtles on the van. Okay, that has our promo. That has our lands. Those are our packs. And a nice green die. Yeah, and the one's the magic symbol. The 20's the turtle head. That's actually pretty nice. It goes... Is this my Avatar one here? No, this is my Spider-Man one, but it goes with that. Okay. Alright, so we get Shark Shredder Killer Clone as a special promo. Sneak, so for 5 mana you can bring this in during combat by returning an unblocked creature to your hand. First strike. If it deals combat damage to a player, put up to 1 target creature card from that player's graveyard on the battlefield under your control and enters tapped and attacking. That's gross. And we'll have specific turtle lands where, you know, they're doing ninja sort of stuff. I feel like the docks would make more sense to be the island, not the swamp. But granted, I don't really know too much about, like, the turtle lore. Mountain makes sense to be the high rise. Okay, treetop garden makes sense for the forest. Then we have the various street corners. Boop. Yep, down by the pier. With a bridge. Down in the sewers makes sense for the swamp. On top of the buildings makes sense for the mountain. And a playground makes sense for the forest. I actually like that. That's nice. And then these are just more of those same lands. So we don't need to open that. Alright, Eastwind Avatar. Ooh, let's zoom in. Nope. There we go. 4 mana, 2/4, Flying Vigilance. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end turn. Okay. Mauser Factory, 2 mana. When it enters or leaves, make a robot. And then for 5 mana, you can deal 3 damage to a creature. So it's a 2 mana, get a 1/1, and then maybe on turn 5, you might kill a creature, get another 1/1. It's okay. Sewer Valence Cam. 1 mana, when it enters or leaves the battlefield, you can tap or untap a target creature. 4 mana, sack this artifact, draw 2 cards. The Frog Butler. 2 mana, 1/1, Death Touch, adds a mana of any color, or gains reach until end of turn. Rock Soldiers, 4 mana, 4/3. When it enters, destroy a non-creature artifact. So you can destroy the Sewer Valence cameras. Negate, we've seen that in previous sets before. Zoo Escapees, 2 mana, 2/2. When this creature leaves the battlefield, make a mutagen token, which is an artifact that will put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. Westwind Avatar, Cat Spirit, 7/7 for 7 with trample. When it enters or attacks, you can sack a token or a land. If you do, gain 3 life. Beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control, draw a card. So you enter, you sack a land, you gain 3 life. End of your turn, draw a card immediately. I played against a guy that had 2 of these. It was devastating. Dimensional Exile, 2 mana. Enchant a basic land you control. When this aura enters, exile target creature an opponent controls until Dimensional Exile leaves the battlefield. Raphael Most Attitude, 4 mana for 4/3 with Menace. Alliance, whenever another creature you control enters, you may exile the top card of your library. When it attacks until end of turn, you may play a card exiled with Raphael. Oh, and that's our art too. This is Raphael with Most Attitude. Chrome Dome. 2 mana for a 1/3. Other artifacts, creatures you control get +1/+0. 5 mana, create a token that's a copy of another target artifact you control. That token gains haste. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Oh. Ooh, Turtles in Time. 7 mana. Return all creatures to their hands. Each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard in the library. Then each player who does draws 7 cards. Nice. Mythic out of the first pack. Stockman. Mad Flyentist. Oh, because he's a fly. That makes sense. 5 mana, 3/4 flyer. When he enters, draw, discard. And then Island Cycle for 2. So you can discard this from your hand for 2 to search for an island. And put it in your hand. And the TCRI Building. Blue-red, enters tapped, gain a life. Copy token. And a rat token. Come on. There we go. Buzzbots. 2 mana, 1/1, Flying Vigilance. When it dies, draw a card. Mutant Chain Reaction. 3 mana. Sorcery. Destroy an artifact creature. Or artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Create a mutagen token. Okay. Yeah, this is the set green spell that deals with a flyer. Okay. Yeah, we've seen things like that before, where it's like, destroy artifact... but this one has the upside of giving you, like, the mutagen token. Uneasy Alliance, 2 mana for an enchant creature, can't attack or block. 5 mana, sack this aura, exile the creature, but you get a ninja. Zog, Triceraton Castaway. It's a dinosaur with a laser gun. 5 mana, 5/4, reach, trample. When it enters, a creature can't block. And then Mountain Cycling for 2. Return to the Sewers. 4 mana. Target creature owner puts it on top of or bottom of the library. You make a mutagen token. This is the Tuck away card of the set. Solid negate. EPF Point Squad. You there! 1 Boros for 2/1. Whenever another creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Genghis Frog. Similar to Genghis Khan. Green-blue for 1/3 with trample. When it or another mutant you control enters, you make a mutagen token. In which then, again, you can sack those for +1/+1 counters to really make Genghis Frog big. I don't know how to pronounce the first word. Quintessential Katana. 1 mana, it gives +1/+1 and has whenever this creature deals combat damage, untap it and gain 2 life. Whenever a ninja you control enters, you can move the katana to it. And then its equip is 2. Quintessential. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Pizza Face Gastromancer. 3 black-green for 2/4. When it enters, make a food token. Disappear at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent left the battlefield under your control, you can put 3 counters on a creature or artifact you control. And if it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0 mutant. And then for 10 mana, sacrifice Pizza Face, you gain 15 life. It's that's a lot of mana to potentially get 15 life. Donatello Turtle Techie. 4 mana for 3/4. When it enters, if you control an artifact, draw a card. Slash Reptile Rampager. 5 mana 7/5. Alliance. Whenever another creature you control enters, slash deals 2 damage to each opponent. When it attacks, make a 2/2, which then triggers the Alliance. So minimally, unless they remove it before your next turn, minimally you're going to get 2 damage out of this, and you're swinging with a 3/5. Bespoke Bow. 3 mana. When it enters, return it up to 1 other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. The creature gets +2/+1 in Vigilance. Equip is 3. Very nice. Yep, and there's the land. And there's a mutagen token there. And a mutant token. So that actually goes with the with the slash reptile. That's nice. I like when I get the token that goes with the rare. Alright, Pain 101. 2 mana. Until end of turn, target creature gains Death Touch, and when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped. We've seen these types of effects before. There's Buzzbots again, Uneasy Alliance, Zog again, Mutant Chain Reaction again, the Point Squad. Putrid Pals. 2 Golgari for a 3/3 Death Touch. But it's a 5/5 if you had something leave the battlefield during this turn. So if you have a fetch land, or maybe during combat one of your creatures died, so you play the second main. I mean, 4 mana 3/3 Death Touch is good. 4 mana 5/5 Death Touch is good too. So I like it. Go Ninja Go. Okay, what is this? Red and white. Choose one or both. Exile a creature you control. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control. Or it deals damage equal to the greatest power among creatures you control to target creature and opponent controls. Ah. So you get to get another enter the battlefield ability and potentially destroy one of your opponent's creatures. Okay. Fugitive Droid. 1 mana 1/1. It can't be blocked if an artifact entered the battlefield under your control this turn. Blue, sack this creature. Counter target spell that targets an artifact or creature you control. Oh. Shredder's Armor. 2 mana. Equip creature gets +2/+1. When it enters, attach it to a creature you control. Equip. Sack another non-land permanent. Activate only once each turn. Oh. Michelangelo Improviser. 4 mana 4/4 Sneak. Sneak for 4. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may put a creature card or land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And so to sneak, you pay 4 mana to return an unblocked attacker you control, and he enters tapped and attacking. So it's a great way to try and get some damage. Prehistoric pet. Dinosaur ninja? What? What is this? 1 mana, 1/2. Can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Return another creature you control to its owner's hand. Activate. So it's a little way to get some extra ETBs. You keep his power low. He's unblockable, but that's not always the most reliable. Huh. It's an interesting one. Ooh. Well, we got Michelangelo the Improviser. Now we have his technique. 5 mana for a sorcery, or you can sneak it for 4. Look at the top 8 cards of your library. Put up to 2 creature cards with total mana value 6 or less from among them on the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Oh. It's a little way to cheat in some of your creatures. Mutant Town is the green-blue gain life. And then the mutant, and we have a robot. This looks like a chicken bot from Ratchet and Clank 2. Let's see here. Can I want to see what the... so we go Mythic. No thanks. So the Michelangelo. Nope, that's the borderless version. Turtles in Time is $3. The Michelangelo right now is $5, but everything is pre-sale, so those are going to go down a bit. Action News Crew. 2 mana, 2/2 with Vigilance. Channel for 6 mana. You can discard this card to put a counter on each creature you control and draw a card. That's a lot of mana. So unless you are extremely wide, I don't know if I would even consider using the channel ability. 2 mana, Tunnel Rats. 2 mana, 2/2. And for 5 mana, you can return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Bot Bash in Time. Deals 6 damage to a creature. If it were to die, exile it instead. So sorcery for 6 damage. I think I've seen for 4 mana instant 5 damage with the same effect. So it's a little more damage, but not as free in timing, essentially. But it's still not a bad burn spell. Tenderize. 2 mana, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls, so it's the bite of the set. Make Your Move, which has been a previous Magic card. 3 mana, destroy an artifact, enchantment, or creature with power 4 or greater. I've seen those before. Shredder's Revenge. 3 mana, choose 1 target player, discards 2 cards, or target player draws 2, loses 2. Yeah, this is actually combining 2 different effects in a 1 card, and they are normally 3 mana. It's Mind Rot, and it's not Sign... Well, no, Sign in Blood was 2 mana, though. But very similar, and normal for the casting cost. Nobody. 3 mana for a 3/2. When it enters, return up to 1 other target artifact you control to its owner's hand. Scry 1. So you can return something to your hand, get another ETB out of it, or if you just needed a 3/2, you still scry 1 when it enters. So, Wingnut, Bat on the Belfry. 2 mana, 1/2 Bat Mutant. Whenever another creature you control enters, Wingnut gains your choice of Flying, Menace, or Haste. When it attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0. Oh. That's pretty cool. Bespoke Bow. Leonardo Big Brother. 3 mana for a 1/3. You can sneak it in, and he gets +1/+0 for each other creature you control. So if it's just him, he's a 1/3, but if it's him and 2 other creatures, he's a 3/3. Kitsune's Technique. This card's disgusting. 6 mana. Target opponent mills half their library, rounded up. Or you can sneak it in for 2, which is very well possible. You play a 1-mana creature, you swing in on turn 2, they don't block, 2 mana, your opponent mills half of their library. It's very powerful. And a foil nobody. Foot Headquarters, which is white-black life gain. And another mutant token. Alright, Tunnel Rats, Action News Crew, Return to the Sewers, Bot Bashing Time. Mutant Town Musicians, 3 mana, 2/4 trample. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Not as good as the 3 mana 2/1 that permanently gets powerful. But the trample is good for like a little, you know, occasional 3 trample, 4 trample damage. Slithering Cryptid. 2 in a Simic for 2/3. When it enters, make a mutagen token. Alright. It's a fish mutant. The Everything Pizza. 2 mana. When it enters, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and then shuffle. And then for 2 in Wooburg, sack the artifact. Target player gains 3 life, draws a card. Each of your opponents discard a card. This artifact deals 3 damage to any one target, and put 3 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature. So 7 mana, 6-point swing. You're drawing a card. Your opponent's losing a life, but it's much more difficult to get this online. Is the thing. Ooh, all right. Showcase art. Karai's technique. 1 white-black. You can sneak it for white-black. Choose one or both. Something gets +3/+3 until end of turn. Something gets -3/-3 until end of turn. That's very cool. I like that. Shredder's Technique. 3 mana. Destroy a creature or an enchantment. If an enchantment was destroyed this way, you lose 2 life. Or you can sneak it for black. Very good. It's another black enchantment removal, which they've been going into a bit. Michelangelo Game Master. 3 mana, 3/3, disappear, beginning your end step. If something left the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Michelangelo. Taka and Razar, Terrible 2s. Rakdos, 3/2. It can't be countered. Menace. Whenever a player casts a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast it was less than its mana value, Taka and Razar deal 3 damage to that player. So, the way that would work is, you know, if your opponent tries to cast Shredder's Technique for its sneak cost, because 1 is less than 3, Taka will deal 3 damage. It also goes great against anything that has, like, cost reduction, so any of the, like, medallions people might use, or, like, Foundry Inspector, which make artifacts cost 1 less. Things like that. It's a great way to get around that. Mutant Town Musicians in foil, in which the art's too dark. Plains, Mutagen, Ninja. Retro Mutation. 3 mana for an enchantment with flash. The enchanted creature is a turtle with a power and toughness of 0/1. It's not able to attack and loses all abilities. So it becomes literally just a 0/1 turtle. No group biological assets. 3 mana, 3/1. During your turn, it has first strike. When this creature attacks, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Guac and Marshmallow Pizza. Green. Food. When it enters, target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Untap it. 2 mana, sack this artifact to gain 3 life. That is a disgusting sounding combination. April O'Neil. Kunoichi Trainee. 2 mana, 2/2. When April O'Neil enters, scry 2. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. Bebop, Warthog Warrior. 5 mana, 5/4, Boar Mutant Warrior. It has Menace, gives Rhinos Menace, or you can Swamp Cycle it for 2. Squirrelanoids. 1 mana, 1/1, Death Touch. We've seen these types of cards before. That is... Never actually looked at the art before. That is... very creepy. Slither Encrypted. Venus, Torn Between Worlds. 5 mana, 5/5 for a Mutant Frog Turtle. When Venus is dealt damage, put that many +1/+1 counters on her. Whenever a creature you control with counters on it deals combat damage to a player, you may pay blue. If you do, draw a card. So I'm guessing alternate dimension for her. Again, I don't really know the turtle lore all that well. Turtle Blimp. 5 mana, 3/4. When it enters, make a 2/2 red mutant creature token and crew 2. No, that's fine. I like it. Mighty Mutanimals. There we go. Mutanimals. 4 mana for a 2/1. That's not great. When it enters, create a 2/2 mutant, red mutant creature token. That's fine. Whenever another creature you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Okay. So you can play this. It enters, you make the 2/2. The 2/2 enters, you can then power up this to a 3/2, or power up the mutants to a 3/3. Okay. It's not horrible. Leonardo Big Brother again. Ooh, the Weathermaker. 3 mana for an artifact. Landfall, put a charge counter on it. You can tap this for a mana of any color. You can tap to remove 2 charge counters to make 2 colorless mana. Or you can remove 3 charge counters from this and deal 3 damage to any target. It's the mana rock of the set, but I don't know if it's great. I mean, there were charge counter synergies back in like Edge of Eternities, and we're getting Star Trek later this year, so that's probably going to have charge counters too. It's kind of hard to know. Kind of hard to know. Shredder's Armor in foil. Mountain in foil. And then the Mutagen Robot token again. Alright, we have Tenderize, we have April, Retro, No Group, Guac and Marshmallow. That is disgusting. Squirrelanoids, nobody. Koya, Death from Above. 3 mana, 2/1 flyer. When it enters, exile up to 1 other target creature. At the beginning of the next end step, you may pay 3 and a black. If you don't, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. So for 3 mana, you get a 2/1. You can exile something you control, get another ETB. Or for a total of, what is that, 7 mana, you get a 2/1 and you permanently exile something. That's a lot of mana just for a 2/1 and an exile card, I feel. I don't know. The ETB is more appealing, I think, than the exile. Novel Nunchaku. I thought they were called nunchucks. When this equipment enters, attached to a creature you control. When you do, equipped creature fights up to 1 target creature an opponent controls. It gets +1/+1 and trample. The equip is 3. Baby Raphael, the most attitude. We saw him before, but this is his baby art. Savanti Romero, times exile. 5 mana, 4/4, trample. Beginning of combat on your turn, put a counter on him, then draw cards and lose X life for X the number of counters on him. Wait, they have demons in turtles? Interesting. Foil Frog Butler. I was hoping the drinks gave a little more of a shine. Alright. Mind Transfer Protocol. 3 mana for an instant. Until end of turn, target creature or artifact becomes a 4/5 and you draw a card. We've seen effects similar to this before. I think normally they're like 4/4s, but yeah, turning something into a 4/5 for a turn just to have a blocker isn't bad. Rocksteady, Crash Courser. 6 mana for a 7/7. It can't be blocked by more than one creature. Boars you control can't be blocked by more than one creature. 4 cycling for 2, and it's a Rhino Mutant. If I can find it. There we go, Bebop. So Bebop and Rocksteady, they combine with each other. Their abilities synergize to make themselves unblockable. Because Menace requires that you must be blocked by 2 or more. But then Rocksteady says a boar you control cannot be blocked by more than one creature. So you have, it can't be blocked by more than one, but it has to be blocked by 2 or more. That equates to unblockable. And the same thing goes for Bebop's ability on Rocksteady. So it's a nice little synergy that they have. And I found that really cool when I saw it during the pre-release. Orokusaki, Shredder Rising. 3 mana, 3/1. You can sneak it for 2. If you deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card and lose life. Yeah, we've had those sort of like, when you attack, lose a life, draw a card. This one's a little harder to get in. You might be able to sneak it in on the first turn, but then, you know, a 3/1, your opponent might not let you hit with. So, Grounded for Life, 5 mana instant. It costs 3 less to cast if it targets a tapped creature, destroy a target creature. We've seen this sort of effect before. Purple Dragon Punks. 2 mana for 2/2. Add red. Spend only to cast artifact spells or activate an ability. Okay. The next little red mana dork. Purple Dragon Punks, Mutant Town Musicians. Oh, but they're not a performer. They are like a street gang. Never mind. Janika's Technique. 3 mana. Sneak for red. It deals 2 damage to each creature. Okay. It's a nice way to potentially get rid of a board that you're having stalled. You could swing with a 1/1, bounce it to your hand, and then, you know, hit the board and then keep your 1/1. It's not horrible. Ooh, Donatello's Technique. 3 mana, draw 2, so divination, or you could sneak it for 1. It's not horrible. Who's the clown guy back there? New Generations Technique. 4 mana, or sneak for 3. Search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Okay, circuitous routes, essentially. Donatello, we've seen. The Ooze! 2 mana. When a creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it leaves the battlefield, create a mutagen token for each +1/+1 counter on it. Exile target card from a graveyard, make a mutagen token. So, great way to shut down any sort of like graveyard recursion stuff. Omni Cheese Pizza. This one seems fine. 2 mana for food. When it enters, draw a card. And then you can pay 1 mana, sack it, so it filters your mana. Or 2 mana, and it's the food ability. But Omni Cheese Pizza, I would assume that's like a 4 or 5 cheese pizza, something like that. It's not, you know, guacamole and marshmallow. An Escape Tunnel. Sack this land, search your library for a basic land, or sack this land, and target creature with power 2 or less can't be blocked. So this is a good way to try and like get a sneak ability through. There's the food token. And, oh, Insect Warrior. I haven't seen this token yet. That's cool. All right, and last pack of the bundle. All right, we've had Flyman, we've had Make Your Move. Manhole Missile, 2 mana, deals 3 damage to target creature. You can put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. If you do, draw a card. Say your prayers, Toitles. This is another just rename of a card that's already existed. I can't think of the name right now. But this isn't bad. It's a way to like, oh hey, I'm drawing too many lands, pitch a land to the bottom, draw a new card. And its removal spell. It's pretty good. Rocksteady, Shredder Rising, Foot Elite. 3 mana for 2/4. When it attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+0 and indestructible. So if you have 2 of these and they both swing, they're 3/4s with indestructible. It's not the worst thing in the world. Mauser Mark 3. 1 and a Izzet mana for a 2/3. It can't attack unless you control another artifact. Okay. I mean, in an artifact deck, like, it's essentially a 2 mana 2/3, which is above curve, but it's not great. Baxter Stockman. 3 blue red for 3/3. When he enters, create a 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature token. Beginning of combat on your turn, target artifact creature you control gets +3/+0, burst strike, and vigilance. Oh wow. No, that's not bad, yeah. I mean, if your only artifact is the 1/1, the second ability doesn't do anything for that turn, but you have another artifact on the field. I mean, the first strike vigilance, that's pretty good. Parmacia Colinex? Sure, we'll go with that. 2 mana 2/2. When it enters mill 3, when it dies, you can exile it to put a creature card from your library on top, or creature card from your graveyard on the top of your library. So, I mean, it's a good way to refill your graveyard, and maybe you get a creature back that you're really wanting. But the fact that it goes to your graveyard, I mean, I guess you would have to, like, be on defense. You wouldn't want to swing into this, I don't think. Maybe. I don't know. Saved by the Shell. 1 in a green. It costs 1 less if you cast a turtle. But a counter on a creature you control. It gains trample, hexproof, indestructible until end of turn. So, Tameo Safekeeping. It's a spell like that. But it's got a nice little cost reduction. Michelangelo, Mutant BFF. 4 mana 4/4. Each creature you control with a counter on it can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. When it enters or attacks, create a mutagen token. So a great little combo piece there. You get the mutagen token, maybe you have 1 more mana, you put it on a creature you control, in which then that creature can no longer be blocked by more than 1 creature. It could be a good way to get in some games. Trans-dimensional bovine. What the heck? 3 mana for 0/4. Flying. Add 2 mana of any color. The nature of a giant disembodied cyborg cow head that travels through time and space raises countless questions. But Cuddly doesn't like talking with his mouth full. That's crazy. That's a Birds of Paradise on steroids. Holy jeez. Ooh, and Metalhead in foil. Robot Turtle. Interesting. 5 mana 4/4. When it enters, return up to 1 other target artifact or creature to its owner's hand. You can pay red, sack another artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Metalhead. He gains menace and haste until end of turn. Huh. We got our mountain, we got our mutagen, and our robot. That wasn't bad. I like some of the cards that we got in there. Okay. Whew. Oop. My microphone is muted but has no signal? What? What the heck does that mean? Hold on. Let's take a look here. See what I hear. Nope, just Streamlabs being stupid. Cool. Love it. Restart this, please. Thank you. Oh, little loud. That'll work. Alright, would you like to scan here to discover the coolest cards? There you go, scan that. Learn more about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And here it goes over the archetypes of if you're drafting. So you have sneaky ninjas in white and black, machines in blue-red, so artifacts. Black-green disappear, which would be sacrifice. Red-white alliance, so red-white go wide. And green-blue mutagen, which is +1/+1 counters. The only one that's really like unique, which hasn't really been done before, would probably be sneaky ninjas in white-black. Everything else has been like a staple of most other sets. It's like, oh yeah, blue-green is go big, and red-white or red-blue is artifact type stuff. Doesn't really change all that often. Alright, Tenderize, April, Retro, Knoll, Guac and Marshmallow. Foot Mystic. 4 mana, 2/4. Human Ninja Warlock with lifelink. And when it enters, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control, you make a ninja. Nice. Ooh, Foot Ninjas. 6 mana, 5/5. You can sneak it for 4. When it enters, you gain 3 life. Dream Beavers. Beaver Nightmare is the creature type. 1 mana, 1/1 flyer. When it enters, each opponent loses a life, and you gain a life, and you scry 1. That's actually not horrible. I like that. And this goes really well in the sneak, because you play this turn 1, you might get your opponent's probably not going to have a flyer on their turn 1. So you get this in, you sneak something in, you get more damage in, potentially with like the Osaki Shredder Rising, you draw a card, then you can play this again the next turn, and this is a very good uncommon. Hard One Jite. 2 mana. For an equipment, the equipped creature has double strike, the equip is 2. It is fitting that the most dangerous turtle bore a weapon of peace. Leonardo again. Oh, well, we skipped that. Hold on. Broadcast Takeover. 2 red, red, red. Gain control of all artifacts your opponents control until end of turn. Untap them. They gain haste until the end of the turn. And Leonardo's technique in the retro frame foil. 4 mana, or you can sneak it for 2. Return 1 or 2 target creature cards with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Dimension X, that is the red-white life gain land, copy token, and a rat token. Alright. It won't take us long to get through most of the cards soon, because I have a feeling we've seen a good chunk of the commons and uncommons. Utrum Scientist, 3 mana, 2/2. When it enters, tap a target creature and put a stun counter on it. We've seen this before. I mean, the 3 mana, 2/2 that stuns something is great, especially in this sort of sneak idea where you can bounce things. This could be a very strong card. Grounded for life, purple dragon. Ragamuffin Raptor. 5 mana, 4/3. When it enters, return up to one target creature or food card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh. Great way to get some of the pizza back that you may have ate before. Punk Frogs. 4/5 for 5, being 3 Simic. Ward 3. I mean, Ward 3 is essentially hexproof. That's pretty good. Mechanized Ninja Cavalry. 1 and a Boros for 1/1. When it enters, make a 1/1. This is Resolute Reinforcements, just without the flash. And it's an artifact, but now for the Boros go wide, it makes sense. The Last Ronin's Technique. 4 mana for an instant. You can sneak it for 2. Create 3/1/1 white Ninja Turtle Spirit tokens. If the sneak cost was paid, they enter tapped and attacking. Ooh, okay. Nice alliance trigger. And then, or just a way to get in 3 damage. And then also get another ETB. Shredder's Technique. 3 mana. Oh, we've seen this before. This is just a special art. Cool. Leonardo Cutting Edge. 2 mana, 1/1. You can sneak it. Lifelink. Whenever you gain life, put a counter on him. Yeah, no, that's not bad. So turn 1, you play something. Turn 2, you sneak this in. And then replay the thing that you played. And he's already a 2/2 then with lifelink. It's not bad. Agent Bishop, Man in Black. This one's the disgusting one. 3 mana for a 1/2. Beginning combat on your turn, put a counter on each of up to 2 target creatures. This is a disgusting card. It's going to go in my mono white soldiers deck because this is very good. Ooh, and Kitsune Dragon's Daughter. 6 mana, 6/6 vigilance. When it enters or deals combat damage to the player, you may exchange control of 2 other target creatures controlled by different players. Ah. Very cool. And a Splinter Hamato Yoshi. 2 mana for 1/3. You can sneak him in for 1. He's got Menace. Other ninjas you control get +1/+1. Nice little ninja lord here. I like it. The Forest, the Mutagen, the Mutant. Oh. Alright. Bebop, Stockman, make your move. Death in the Family. 2 mana. Exile a creature with mana value 3 or less. That's a pretty solid removal spell. Often enemies, always brothers till the end. Who? Oh, so was Shredder like raised by Master Yoshi? As with the turtles, but he just turned evil while the turtles turned good? Skateboard. 1 mana equipment. When it enters, tap a permanent. The equipped creature gets +1/+0 in haste. Equip for 1. Skateboard. Michelangelo Game Master. Kitsune Dragon's Daughter. Foil Donatello. Very cool. Okay, there are 10 different tokens minimally. I don't think we've seen all of them yet. Frog Butler, Pain. New Generations Technique, but in the special art. Shredder Unrelenting. 5 mana, 6/4 with Death Touch. You can sneak him for 4. When he enters or attack, another target creature you control gains Death Touch. Ooh, okay. The Neutrinos. 2 red, white for 2/4, flying. When another creature you control enters, he gets +1/+0. When it attacks, exile up to one target creature you own, then return to the battlefield under your control, tapped and attacking. This is a disgusting card. So, you know, even as something as like a 1/1, you swing with this, you bounce the 1/1, it then enters tapped and attacking, which then also pumps the neutrinos. It's a very good uncommon. Leonardo again. Bebop and Rocksteady. Hey, the Boar Rhino mutants. One Golgari 7/5. When it attacks or blocks, sack a permanent unless you discard a card. That's a pretty fair cost to pay when it's a 3-mana 7/5. Yeah, that's a pretty good drawback. Oh, hey, and foil neutrinos. Ooh. Nice. Wow, I'm actually surprised we haven't seen this yet. Stomped by the Foot. 2-mana instant, or you can kick it to sack an artifact or creature. Something gets -2/-2, but if you kicked it, it gets -5/-5. Another just reprint or rename of a classic Magic card. I just can't remember the card's name off the top of my head. Hamato Guardian Stance. 1 mana. Target creature gains +1/+3 and gains flying until end of turn. Scry 1. Yeah, there's been... It's not like Leap of Faith, but there are other ones where it's like, oh, get +1/+3, untap it. Get +1/+3 and maybe First Strike or something. So very, you know, similar combat tricks to this. Mauser Attack. 2 mana, choose one, make a 1/1 colorless robot, or a creature gets +3/+0 and First Strike. Okay. Yeah. Anchovy Banana Pizza. 2 black. When it enters, destroy a creature. Yeah, because that's also disgusting. 2 mana sack, gain 3 life. Do you like penicillin on your pizza? What? Ew. Cowabunga, dude. Green sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Reveal a mutant, ninja, turtle, or land from among them. Put it in your hand. The rest go on the bottom of your library in any order. Omni Cheese Pizza. Where's like just the basic pepperoni one though? Ooh, Kari, Future of the Foot. 1 white/black for a 3/3. You can seek it in for 4. Whenever Kari deals combat damage to a player, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. If her sneak cost was paid, instead return it to the battlefield. Yeah, very powerful. Mona Lisa Science Geek. Lizard Mutant. 3 mana 1/3, reach. Add X mana of any one color where X is Mona Lisa's power. So you start putting some mutagens on her. She gets more powerful, she adds more mana. Leonardo? Ooh, The Last Ronin. 4 green/black. Destroy all creatures. Mill 4 cards. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone this turn, put 3 +1/+1 counters on it. It gains trample, lifelink, indestructible. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's turn 6, you play this, you board wipe. Turn 7, you mill 4, you get something, maybe you board wiped or just milled away. You play that creature, assuming the creature survives, so then it's turn 8. You swing in, gain a couple of life. No, that's actually pretty sick. Crustacean Commando. 2 mana 0/3. When it enters, create a mutagen token. Does he have a... He has a dumpster on his back as a shell. That's crazy. Wondering what I've got in the box. Pain Soldier and lots of it. Dimension X in foil. And mutagen ninja token. So I am curious about that one. The Last Ronin. Oh, it's only a $2 mythic, but it seems so cool. All right, Oraku, Grounded, Scientists. Oops. Well, we already saw the Raptor anyway. Putrid Pals, the Katana, Pizza Face, Wingnut, Donatello, Raphael's Technique. 6 mana, or you can sneak it for 3. Each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. And a foil Pizza Face. Ooh, look at the stains that foil up. If I can get a good angle of it. Yeah, you can see the stains, or maybe that's just a hole in his shirt. I like that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm looking at. Or maybe that's just cheese. I don't know. All right. For Station Commando. High Flying Ace. 3 mana for 2/3. Flyer. Pretty solid. For 4 mana, you can give something without flying until the end of turn. Good way to potentially close out the game. And that looks like Howard the Duck. It's called Ace Duck. Okay. Insectoid Exterminator. 3 mana for a 2/2 flying insect. But if you had something leave your battlefield at the beginning of your end step, you scry one. It's not horrible. Primordial Pachyderm. Oh, it's an elephant. 4 mana, 4/4, reach, trample. When it enters, gain 2 life. Simple, effective. I like it. Zoo Escapees, Point Squad, Metalhead. Lead a little orphan amphibian. Mutant Ninja Turtle. Okay. 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever another creature you control enters, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Put a counter on her, create a food, or scry one. Pretty solid. Lord Dreg, Insect Invader. 4 mana, 3/2 flyer. Beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, make a 1/1 black insect warrior token with flying. Sack a token for 3 and a green, draw a card. So he makes the tokens, you can sack them to get card advantage, and then you get them back. Okay. Michelangelo in the cute art. Very nice. Okay. Technodrome. 2 mana, 3/3, reach, trample. Can't attack or block unless its power is 6 or greater. Sack another artifact, draw a card, put a counter on this creature. Oh. Interesting. Ragamuffin Raptor in foil. That had a weird card field to it. The foot thing, the food, and the insect warrior. Technodrome would be very cool to run. I'm just trying to think of like where I would use it. I'm just not entirely sure. It can't attack or block. So it is a kind of do nothing other than sacking your artifacts early on. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little of taking your turn 2 off for potential later on, I guess. The Ice Cream Kitty. 1 Golgari for a 1/3 food cat mutant. Sack another creature or token, draw a card. Activate only as a sorcery, or it's got the food ability. Ooh. Oh, hey, Donatello's Technique, but in regular art. Very cool. Janaka's Technique. Karari's Technique. Michelangelo. The Turtle Van. 3 mana, 4/4. When it attacks, put a counter on target creature that crewed it this turn. Then, if that creature is a mutant, ninja, or turtle, double the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Ah. Very cool. Stockman in foil. The Island in foil. If that Turtle Van had been 1 more mana, I would have put it in Bellow. Alright, boom. Frog Butler, Pain 101. Spokebow, Koya, Nunchaku, Janaka, Bad Apple, Big Sister. 5 mana, 3/3. When it enters, create a 2/2 mutant creature token. Plane cycling too. Okay, this is the one that I did not, that I have not seen yet, that has the land cycling ability. I saw all 4 of the other ones. I just never saw this one. Casey Jones, Vigilante. 3 mana, 4/3. When it enters, draw 3 cards. Beginning of your next upkeep, discard 3 cards at random. And a foil everything pizza. Ooh. I do like how the cheese shines. That's actually pretty nice. All right, we're starting with a banger, the Anchovy Banana Pizza. Sex Exterminoid. Mauser Mark 3, we've seen. Foot Elite. Spicy Oatmeal Pizza. 3 mana. When it enters, deal 4 damage to any target, 3 damage to yourself. But then you can eventually get that 3 damage back. Again, oatmeal on pizza, though. Like, looking at it, I see it's got jalapenos. It's got pepperoni. Like, that's fine. But the oatmeal. The oatmeal is what does it. It's the thing that I just don't understand. All right, lessons from life. 2 mana, green, blue. So 4 mana total. Draw 3. Put a land from your hand on the battlefield tapped. This is a pretty good card. Like, it's land ramp, draw, card draw in 1. The most recent example of a card just like this was from, I think, Outlaws of Thunder Junction, and that was 5 mana, and that was like 2 years ago. So like, they've already made it better. The Everything Pizza again. Getting a lot of pizza in this one. Raphael Tough Turtle, we haven't gotten this one yet. 1 in red for a 1/3. Whenever another creature you control enters, Raphael deals 1 damage to target opponent. Yeah, I like him. And Does Machines. It's a class enchantment. For 2 mana, you play this. When it enters, you mill 2, draw 2 to discard 2. Then for 2 mana, you can return up to 2 artifact cards from your graveyard to your hand. And then for another 5 mana after that, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put 3+1/+1 counters on target artifact you control. If it's not a creature, it becomes a 0/0, so effectively becomes a 3/3. Okay. Ooh, Dawn and Wrath, Hard Science. 1, is it for a 2/4 with Menace? When it attacks, the next non-creature spell you cast this turn has affinity for artifacts, so it gets reduced by the number of artifacts that you have. So you could make some of your food a little free. You could end up, maybe making your Does Machines 1 mana less. There's many ways to get through that. Illegitimate Business, the green-black life gain land. Ooh, and a Dinosaur Soldier token. Cool. Look at that. All right. Anything that we've seen before, we just go right through. General Trag, Heart of Stone. 5 mana, 4/4/3 with Trample. When it enters, you may sack another artifact. When you do, it deals 4 damage to target creature. So you sack a artifact, blow up one of your opponent's creatures. It's not horrible. The 5 mana, 4/3, the 3 toughness is a little is my thinking. There's Splinter. Feather-Brained Flincher. 1 mana for a 0/2. When this creature leaves the battlefield, make a food token. And it's got flying. Hi, I'm Pete. This is City Pigeon from Spider-Man. But without the toughness, or without the power, add another toughness. That's literally what it is. Leonardo again. Sally Pride, Lioness Leader. 3 mana, 2/4, Cat Mutant Rebel. When it enters, make 2 X/2/2 red mutant creature tokens where X is the number of non-token creatures you control. So basically double your board. And when it attacks, put a counter on each creature you control. Yeah, that's pretty good. She survives 1 turn, you're swinging with a lot of damage. Foil nobody, Mountain, and the tokens. There we go. All right. Rock Soldiers, Pain, Buzz. Baxter we've seen. Mutinimals we've seen. The Colin-X we've seen. There's Leo, Leader in Blue. 1 mana for 2/1, or you can sneak it for 5. When he enters, if his sneak cost was paid, creatures you control get +2/+0 until end turn. 2 mana, Leo gets first strike. So you play this turn 1. Simple. Maybe he eventually dies. Maybe you have a second copy in your hand that you wait until you're able to get that out. Or perchance you're bouncing Leonardos with each other. So that you can always potentially get the sneak ability. Leatherhead Swamp Stalker. So who's the only one we haven't gotten? Has it been Donnie? Might be Donnie in that art. Leatherhead Swamp Stalker. 4 mana, 5/4, Crocodile Mutant Rogue. Trample. Enters with a hexproof counter. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a counter from her. When you do, destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Ah! That's pretty cool. Yeah, you just put a couple of +1/+1 counters on her. She swings in, she gets some damage, you remove a +1/+1 counter on her so that she can stay having hexproof. Then you end up, blowing up something of theirs. On it, I actually kind of like it. Foil anchovy banana pizza. Ugh. It's a bit disgusting. All right, Retro Mutation, Guac and Marshmallow again. Nobody, Ice Cream Kitty, Foot Ninjas we've seen. Henchbots. 4 mana, 2/3. When it enters, exile target tapped creature and opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. Oh. Nice little Oblivion Ring on a stick, essentially. Okay. Courier of Comestibles. 2 mana, 1/3, or 1/2. When it enters, you may search your library for a food card, reveal it, put it in your hand. If you don't put a food card in your hand this way, create a food token. Oh. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Michelangelo again. Madam Null, Power Broker. 3 mana, 1/3, Death Touch. Whenever another creature you control enters, you may pay life equal to its power. If you do, put that many 1/1 counters on it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so hey, you play Madam Null. Next turn, you play Michelangelo. You pay 3 life. Michelangelo's a 6/6 for 3 mana. Okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Donatello, Wave with Machines. 3 mana, 1/2, flying. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a counter on Donatello. He's got like a little hoverboard, too. That's cool. The Blue-Red Land, Mutagen Mutant. Hello, Amanda. I am having a great day. How are you? Alright, we've already seen these. Bot Bashing Time we've seen. Foot Elite we've seen. Zookscape Ease. Shredder Unrelenting, but in the special art. That's pretty cool. Neutrinos we've seen. Raphael Most Attitude we've seen. Raph and Mikey Troublemakers. 7 mana, 7/7. So 5 Gruul, Trample Haste. When they attack, reveal cards off the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. Put that card on the battlefield tapped and attacking. The rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Yeah. Great way to cheat something in. Granted, you might only cheat in a 1 mana thing. But, you know, it's still cheating in a creature. So, Shredder's Revenge in foil. The Plains. Mutagen Robot. So, okay, we've gotten Dawn and Raph and Mikey. So I need Mikey and Dawn. And then Dawn and Leo? I feel like there's a few more that I might be missing. Manhole Missile, Stockman, Cowabunga, Omni-Cheat. I don't think that should be possible. Karari's Technique. Ooh. Janika's Technique in special art. That's nice. Donatella. Oh. Taka and Razar. We've seen that. Ooh, foil lessons from life. Focus. There we go. Yeah. So we pulled another Taka and Razar. Mutant Town, so that's green-blue. Alright, so we got Bebop. There's Rocksteady. Foot Elite. Oh. Saved by the Shell we've seen. Old Hob we have not. Alley Cat Blues. 5 mana 4/4. Beginning combat on your turn. Create a 2/2 red mutant creature token. It gains haste. Destroy it at the beginning of the next end step. Ah! Target attacking creature token gains indestructible. Oh, never mind. Okay. I was thinking it could save it, but it can't. But, ooh, okay. So you swing in with the 2/2. And if they don't block it, you could sneak something in. Because your 2/2 is going to go away anyway. So you at least get something that will stay permanently on the field. Okay. Ooze Spill. 1 blue. Counter spell. Make a mutagen token. Lab safety is everyone's business. Donatello again. Southwind Avatar. 4 mana 3/4. Snake Spirit Avatar. Death Touch. Whenever another creature you control dies, gain life equal to its toughness. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Very cool. April O'Neil in foil. Swamp Food. Ninja Turtle Spirit. Interesting. I don't know what makes that yet. Eastwind Avatar, Rock Soldier. Dimensional Exile we've seen. Yep, Fugitive Droid we've seen. Shredder's Armor we've seen. Donatello Wave of Machines we've seen. Cool but rude. 2 mana class. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card, draw a card. Pretty solid. Whenever you discard a card, deal 2 damage to each opponent. Ooh. And so that's another 2 mana. When it becomes level 3, search your library for a card. Put it in your hand, shuffle at random, or shuffle your library and then discard a card at random. So it's gamble at the end but it also will deal your opponent 2 damage. No, that could actually be interesting. Oh, I might actually throw this into a deck that I have, but only ever put it to level 2. Because I have a deck that does a lot of like wheeling. And it says whenever you discard a card, not one or more. So you discard your entire hand, you deal 14. Like, all right, sure, yeah. That's perfectly fine. All right, disgusting pizza. Oh, crustacean commando. We've seen Splinter, the flincher, tainted treats. 1 black green, destroy target artifact or creature. If its mana value is 4 or less, you make a food token. Destroy your opponent's food before they can use it. You essentially steal it. Or just destroy a big creature if you need to. Yeah, sure. Ooh. Leonardo Sewer Samurai. 4 mana, 3/3. Or you can seek it for 4. It's got double strike. During your turn, you may cast creature spells with power 1 or power or toughness 1 or less from your graveyard. If you cast a spell this way, it enters with a finality counter. Oh. Cool. That's actually real. Oh, wow. And a doubling season. That was a hot pack. Hot dang. Doubling season. We saw this during Foundations. 4 and a green. If an effect would create 1 or more tokens, you double the number of tokens. If an effect would put 1 or more counters on a creature you control or a permanent you control, put twice that many counters. Wow, that was a good... Oh my... That was an insane pack. Super Shredder. 2 mana, 1/1 menace. Whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Super Shredder. This is one of the like craziest mythics right now, in the set. So Super Shredder himself, yeah, this is a $20 mythic here, because it's whenever another permanent leaves the battlefield, not just yours, it includes your opponent's. It doesn't care if it's a land or an artifact or a creature. So you get this out turn 2, and your opponents end up having like fetch lands or something. This thing gets incredibly big. Holy crap, that was an awesome pack. A foil slithering cryptid. Then the blue-red building with a mutagen mutant token. Do I have some sleeves for this? Oop. Oh no. Don't seem to have proper sleeves. Well, that's a sleeve, but I need more. I need sleeves. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah, so doubling season, Leonardo, and Super Shredder all in one pack, which is crazy. So right now, pre-sale prices, Super Shredder's 20. Leonardo, he's only 5. But the doubling season in Borderless is 25. So that was like a $50 booster pack right there. That was crazy. That's going to be probably our best booster pack tonight. All right. Let's move some of these just down there for now. Okay. Zoom in a little more. There we go. All right. Pain. Uneasy. Foot Ninjas again in the special art. Venus again. The Turtle Blimp. Michelangelo. Oops. Armageddon Future Shark. 8 mana, 9/6. It's got flash. When it enters, destroy up to 3 creatures. Okay. If your game gets to 8 mana... You flash this in, you destroy the 3 biggest creatures, you're able to use this as a blocker. Alright, yeah. And then Donatello's Technique in foil. Very cool. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so this pack here puts us 2/3 of the way through the box. Alright. Mauser Factory, Surveillance Cam, Frog Butler. Ray Fillet, Man Ray. 4 mana for a 3/3 fish mutant with flying. When it enters, make a mutagen token. 2 mana, remove a counter from a creature you control, draw a card. Okay, yeah, so it's a 4 mana 3/3 with flying, and then your next turn, you spend 3 mana, you draw a card essentially. Well, you spend a mana, make this a 4/4, swing in for 4. Then, second main phase, you pay 2 mana, make this back into a 3/3, and you draw a card. It's not horrible. Brilliance Unleashed. 4 blue and red. Choose one or both. Deal 5 damage to a creature. Choose an artifact card from your graveyard. Return it to the battlefield if it's an artifact creature. Otherwise, return to the battlefield and it's a 3/3 artifact creature with flying. So it's a great way to just end up getting, you know, some food back if you need life. Transcendental Bovine again. Ooh, Mikey and Leo Chaos Order. Green, white, 2/2. Whenever you put a counter on a creature you control, draw a card. The ability triggers once each turn. It's not too bad. Ooh, and a Michelangelo foil mythic. Yeah, we had him earlier. A foil Mutant Town. And then the Mutagen Robot token. I don't know how good, like, obviously the Michelangelo there, his ability is very strong. Because, you know, oh, hey, I'll just slam in a 7/7 for free, essentially. But the fact that it is you have to deal combat damage, is the problem. Turtle Lair. Jeez, wow, we just now saw this. Turtle Lair. It's a land that adds a colorless. You can add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast ninja or turtle spells. 3 mana. Tap. Target ninja or turtle can't be blocked. I think there is technically like a subset of lands called lairs. But this isn't considered a lair. Casey Jones, Jury Rig Justicar. 2 mana for 2/1 with haste. When it enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them, put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom in any order. So it's a great way to like filter through your deck a little. You know, maybe you get a card. You you know, maybe you get a food that draws you a card or something like that. It's not the worst. I whiffed with it a few times during the pre-release. But granted, I wasn't going fully artifacts, so... April, Reporter of the Weird. 3 mana, 2/3. Whenever she deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards, then discard a card. So, on base value, it's a draw 2, discard 1, which is still putting you positive. But you put in a mutagen token on her once or twice, then it's a draw 3, discard 1, draw 4, discard 1. Like, that could be very good. Janaka. Mikey and Dawn, Party Planners. 2 Simic for 3/3. Ward 2. That's not bad. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast mutant, ninja, or turtle spells from the top of your library. If a creature spell was... if you cast a creature spell this way, it enters with a +1/+1 counter. Okay. That's... Ooh, I actually want to look up something with Mikey and Dawn. Foil Tenderize. The white-black land, mutagen, ninja. Did we get any sneak cards in here? We did not get any sneak cards there. Okay. What does... Here we go. Sneak. Cast this spell. If you return an unblocked creature, unblocked attacker, you control to your hand during the declare. So, you theoretically could, because you're able to cast Mutant, Ninja, or Turtles, you could sneak in off the top of your library, which is crazy. Because the sneak does not say, put this from your hand. It just says, bounce a unblocked attacker you control, and you can cast this spell. Alright, grounded for life. Come on. Okay. We've seen all of these, so I don't have to worry too much. Everything Pizza. Westwind Avatar we saw. Go Ninja Go we saw. Raphael we saw. Krang Mastermind. 8 mana, 1/4. Disgusting. Not good. Affinity for artifacts. Makes it better. When it enters, if you have fewer than 4 cards in your hand, draw cards equal to the difference. So draw up to 4. It's not bad. Gets +1/+0 for each other artifact you control. So for full discount, it's a 2 mana 7/4 that draws you a few cards. It's not horrible. Yeah, let's see. You go artifact turn 1, artifact turn 3, artifact, or turn 2, artifact turn 3. So turn 4, you're still not able to cast it. Because you have 3 artifacts, 4 lands, and that's 7 mana. But granted, maybe one of your artifacts adds a mana or something. I don't know. So maybe on turn 4 you could cast this. More than likely, it's a turn 5. It's very hard. EPF Point Squad. And then we got the Mountain. And whatever makes the Ninja Turtle Spirit. Come on. It's really only one thing for you to focus on here. There we go. Anchovy to banana pizza. Omni Cheese Pizza again. Foot Mystic again. The Nunchaku. General Tag, which we've seen. Leonardo, which we've seen. Okay, Splinter, Radical Rat. 1 Orzhov for 2/4. If an ability of a ninja you control triggers, that ability triggers in additional time. 1 in blue, target ninja can't be blocked. Ah, so good way to get those like combat damage ones in. Works well with obviously Michelangelo, but then you're in a weird like 3-4 color deck. But no, Splinter, you know, ninja Panharmonicon. Essentially. It's not bad. Eastwind, Avatar, Dimension X, and Mutagen, Mutant. Any sort of like Panharmonicon effect is pretty good. Okay, put those there. Move that up here. Alright. All of these we've seen before. Squirrelnoids, Hard One GT, Kari, Mona Lisa. Chrome Dome we've seen. Squirrelnoids. Okay. This pack and 5 more. Uneasy Alliance, Zog, Return, Tunnel Rats, Foot Mystic, Death in the Family, The Skateboard, Genghis Frog, Raphael, Turncoat Konichi, 3 mana 3/2, Mutant Ninja Fox, Sneak for 4, being 2 white black. When this creature enters, choose target creature an opponent controls. Exile that creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. If the sneak cost was paid instead, though, just exile the creature. So, O-Ring effect on a stick, or just a flat-out O-Ring removal spell, or exile removal spell. It's not. If that was a soldier, that would actually have been good in my mono-white soldier deck. I think that the Fox, though, is a pretty strong card. The 2 toughness does set it back a bit if you don't sneak it in. But sneaking it in just to permanently get rid of something is not bad. Come on, you stupid camera. There we go. Guac and Marshmallow. Ice Cream Kitty, Metalhead, Lita, Lord Dreg, Raphael the Night Watcher. 4 mana 2/3, or you can sneak it in for 3. Attacking creatures you can derive double strike. Ooh. No, that's pretty strong. I like that. And Savanti Romero, we've seen. Transdimensional Bovine in foil this time. Nothing really pops, sadly. Escape Tunnel foil. That's not bad. I almost have a playset of the Transdimensional Bovines. Alright, Bot Bashing, Tenderize. Zoo Escapee, the Katana, Pizza Face, Raphael, Rat King, Verminister. 2 mana 1/1. At the beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control, make a rat and put a counter on him. Sack 3 rats, return target creature card and all other cards with the same name as that card from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. It's this card is disgusting. It's a little like self-made engine. And I had to fight in like the 4 or 5 games that I played last night. 3 of my opponents had one of these. It was not fun. Dream Beavers and foil. Green black. All right. Final 3 packs of the play box. All right. And if it's blurry when I'm skipping through them, it's just because it's one that we've seen. So last Ronin technique, but in special art. That's nice. Shredder's technique again. Donatello's technique. Donatello. Krang and Shredder. 4 mana blue Demir for 6/7. Whenever Krang or Shredder enter attack, each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card. Beginning your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control, you may cast a card exiled with Krang or Shredder without paying its mana cost. So, you know, you swing with a 1/1, they block it, in which then, haha, second main phase, Krang and Shredder, and then at the beginning of the end step, you then get something for free. It's very fun. Fool Mystic and foil. Plains. Dinosaur Soldier. Guac and Marshmallow. We've seen that. We've seen that. We've seen that. Spicy Oatmeal. Lessons of Life. Janaka. Oop. Ninja Teen. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses a life. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and Menace. And then final level is creature cards in your graveyard have Sneak of 4, in which you may cast creature spells from your graveyard using their Sneak abilities. So it's a good way to, like, recur some stuff. In case you wanted it back. All right. And last pack of the play box. Punk Frogs. Wingnut. The Bow. Janaka in her special frame. Very cool. Mikey and Leo Chaos Order. We ended up getting the special frame earlier, so we've gotten this one. Mighty Mutanimals. A Force. And the Mutant token. Alright. Give me, like, 2 minutes. I'm going to get me a water, in which then we will end up opening our last box. All right. Take a little drink. Oh. Okay. There we go. Collector booster box. All right, that'll just go right there. Make it simple. All right. I don't know how these are laid out, so we'll see how they are in the first pack. Okay. Makes it simple. Commons first. Bebop and Warthog. The Everything Pizza again. Alright, Harmonized from the Commander set. Nice. 4 mana, draw 3. It's an old classic. Alright, so the garlic and banana pizza for the plains. Chrome Dome, actually. Ooh, yeah, that's a nice shine right there. Dimension X Pizza Soar from the Commander deck. 4 mana, 2/1. When it enters, put 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. When you do, destroy up to 1 target creature with mana value less than or equal to the number of counters among permanents you control. So minimally, if this is your only creature, it's a 4 mana 4/3 that destroys something with mana value 2 or less. Sack this creature, you gain 3 life, each opponent loses 3 life. Oh, because it's also a food. Okay. I mean, it's a removal spell, it's a body, it's life gain as well. Yeah. Donatello Gadget Master. 3 mana for a 3/2. Whenever Donatello deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. And you can sneak it in for 2. Nice. Ronin's Arsenal, which is Conqueror's Flail. 2 mana for an equipment. It gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. Whenever, or as long as this equipment is attached to a creature, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn. Oh, wow. Okay, showcase right away. Krang Ultram Warlord. 9 mana, 9/9. Flying, Trample, Indestructible, Haste. Other artifact creatures you control have Flying, Trample, Indestructible, and Haste. We're going to immediately put that right into a sleeve. Very cool. Let's see here. Let me just type in Krang real quick. Ultron Warlord Showcase. Yeah, right now, market price pre-sale is $60. It'll probably go down to like 30 would be my guess. I mean, that's a great hit right off the cuff for the box. And then we got a clue token, which is from the Commander deck, and a treasure from the Commander deck as well. All right. And I'm just going to make it simple. Put the collector box stuff in sleeves. Boom, 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 boom. Put that there. All right, pack number 2. That was a great way to start the box. And it's all downhill from here. Oh, come on. There we go. Just get out of the pack. There. Alright, Buzzbots, the Headquarters, April, Frog Butler, Oospill, Turtle Blimp, Leonardo in the cute frame and foil. Very nice. Yeah, just double checking. That's not a Surge foil. That's just a regular foil. Thriving Grove from the Commander deck. We have the Island Pizza. Anchovies and Onions. Raph and Leo, Sibling Rivalries. One Boros 2/4. When it attacks, if it's first combat on your turn, untap 1 or 2 target attacking creatures. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Very cool. Biogenic Ooze from the Commander deck. 5 mana 2/2. When it enters, make a 2/2 ooze. Beginning your end step, put a counter on each ooze you control. Then for 4 mana, make a 2/2 ooze. So if you like oozes for a Commander deck, this would be good. Heralds of the Shredder from the Commander deck. Oh, this is Surge foil, I think. Yep, I can tell that this is the Surge foil one. Right there, you can see like the sort of lines going diagonal. 6 mana, 6/6 trample. If damage would be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. When Herald of the Shredder is put in a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. Oh, cool. Ooh, Undercity Sewers foil. It's an island swamp. It enters tapped. When this land enters, you surveil one. Oh, it's probably trying to see that. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That's actually a very good hit, too. Krang Mastermind in special art, just regular foil, it looks like. And then, Leonardo's Technique? Yeah. Okay. I know the Undercity Sewers, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's a big hit. I don't know about the Heralds, because I don't know anything about the Surge foil stuff. But put that there for now. I am curious. So, Undercity. That's not how you spell. Under City Sewers, borderless. Presale is like 30 for the Undercity Sewers, which isn't bad. Heralds of the Shredder. That's not right, is it? It says Heralds of the Shredder Vigor. If I can spell correctly. Nope, yep. That would be the one. That one is currently at like 20 pre-sale. So probably will end up at $10 is my guess. There we go. All right, Pain 101, Footprints, Mauser, Rocksteady, Putrid Pals, Venus, Krang and Trag, Last Ronin Technique and foil. Marauding Mutagen, which is a rename for Acidic Slime in Surge foil. Acidic Slime was a prominent card way back in what? 2011? Forest? Wait. Oh, that is a Surge foil Forest, actually. Yeah, it's a little hard to see, but I'm pretty sure that's a Surge Foil version. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see the foiling lines there. Turtle Power. 3 mana, flash. Turtles get +2/+2. A turtle anthem. That's cool. Spire Garden. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or more opponents from the commander deck. Very cool. Rat King in Extended Art. Another Undercity Sewers. I will gladly take that. And a Mutagen Man Living Ooze Extended Art. X green for a 2/3 trample. Activated abilities of artifact tokens you control cost 1 less to activate. When it enters, create X mutagen tokens. So, for simplicity, you spend 3 mana on X, so total of 5 mana. You have a 2/3. It enters with 3 mutagen tokens, which then activate for 0 to make him either a 5/6, or you could buff around other creatures if you wanted to. Very cool. So you... That's right. I wanted to keep these as separate, and then we foil up any of our Surge Foils, too. Or we sleeve up any of our Surge Foils. I don't think I actually have Spire Garden in the red-green deck that I run. So I might need to throw that in there. But I am curious. Marauding Mutagen. If I can spell. Marauding Mutagen. Yeah, Acidic Slime. Oh, I see why it says Herald of the Shredder Vigor. It's because this is a rename of Vigor. I didn't see that the first time. Okay. The Acidic Slime's sadly only like 30 cents. That's fine. It's still cool. I like Surge Foils. Like, Surge Foils is one of the best things that Magic has done. And I just wish they would do more of them. But maybe not keep it to just the collector boxes. Maybe make it, you know, a random card out of every booster box or every few booster boxes as a Surge Foil. Oof. Oh, that is a tough one. Okay. It actually is better if I have that because it gives me a little more light. All right. Make your move. Purple Dragon. Foot Ninjas in their special art. Metalhead. April, Reporter of the Weird in special art. Interesting. Huh. Oh. Thriving More from the Commander deck. That is the Swamp Pizza. What the heck is that? So that is obviously Mushroom. Maybe that beans? Like black beans? Maybe? Oh my god. Okay. Super Shredder in foil. That's very good. Vanquish the Horde from the Commander deck. Cost 1 less for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. Very nice. Casey Jones Vigilante in special art. Very cool. Teleportation Circle. At the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature you control, then return to the battlefield under your control. Yeah, absolutely. And then Renette Temporal Apprentice. 5 mana, 4/3 with flash. When it enters, return each other non-land permanent that entered this turn to its owner's hand. Huh. Interesting. Then a Mutagen Mutant token. Yeah, what is that? Mushroom, black beans, and I want to say it's something else too, but I can't tell. Also, like black beans on a burger or on a pizza? Really? I understand mushrooms. Not a fan of mushrooms. On pizza. I love, like, deep fried mushrooms. But black beans on a pizza? Alright, so that was a regular Super Shredder in foil. So right now, regular Super Shredder is like 25 bucks pre-sale. So that'll probably drop to like 15. All right. Anchovy banana. Old Hob, Bespoke Bow, Vibrant Cityscape from, this is actually from the Spider-Man set originally. It's just Evolving Wilds renamed, but yeah, Vibrant Cityscape. Plains, not in Surge Foil. But yeah, it's like Garlic Banana. Or maybe that, yeah, no, that definitely seems more like banana. Could be another fruit thing on there, I guess. Madame Null in foil. Kitsune in extended art. Very cool. Turtles Forever in extended art. So I didn't get a regular Turtles Forever. Okay. So that's a regular rare I'm missing. Search your library or outside the game for exactly 4 legendary creature cards you own with different names. Reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2. Put the chosen cards in your hand and shuffle the rest in your library. So, does not work in Commander. But in, like, you know, you could grab, there are so many legendary creatures now for like standard or whatever. So you could grab, you know, some stuff that would be needed immediately in off your sideboard. Ooh, Leo's Katana, which is the Sword of Sinew and Steel in foil. Equip creature gets +2/+2 pro black red. When it deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target planeswalker and up to 1 target artifact. That's very cool. And a Sally Pride Lioness Leader in her special art foil. Very cool. And we have an art, which is... It's not Cowabunga. I want to say this is a Raphael. Nope, Michelangelo on the scene. I don't know my turtles. I don't know what colors they are. Leo's Katana has got to be cool. That is such a cool looking art, and the foil works really well with it too. Because you get like the outlines of the enemies there, the outlines of Leo. Alright, and Madame Null. So, Leo's Katana is what I want to look up here. Yeah, Leo's Katana. Foil's like 17. I can see that dropping to 10. I mean, it is a sword of X and Y, so... It could stay at like the 17, honestly. All right. Pack number 6. Okay, we have a Nobody. We have an Escape Tunnel. Mauser Attack. Michelangelo. Mighty Mutinables. Oh. Arcane Signet from the Commander deck. This is the Mountain Pizza. It's got pepperoni and... Is that a raspberry? Like, is that a red raspberry right there? The pizza toppings are weird. Slash and foil. Big Mother Mouser from the commander deck. 4 mana, 0/0. Enters with 2+1/+1 counters on it. When it attacks, double the number of counters on it. When it dies, create a number of 1/1 colorless robot artifact creature tokens with equal to the number of counters on it. So if for some reason your opponents let this go for a while, you could get 32, 64, 128 creatures, which is crazy. Okay, this is a Surge foil from the commander deck. Tempestra, Dame of Games. 2 mana for 1/3. 3 mana, sack an artifact. Create a token that's a copy of another target creature you control, except it isn't legendary. It gains haste. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Umezawa's Jite, aka Raph's Jite. 2 mana equipment. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, put 2 charge counters on Raph's Jite. So not even just to a player, just deals combat damage. You can remove a charge counter at any time, choose one. The equipped creature gets +2/+2. Target creature gets -1/-1. Or you can gain 2 life. The equip is 2. And Michelangelo Improviser in full art foil. Very cool. We have a food token, which is an insect warrior. All right, let's look up Tempestra. The Dame of Games. Oh, wow. Okay, Surge foil market price right now is saying 60. So we'll say it's worth 40. That's not bad. Because again, this is these are like pre-sale prices, obviously, according to TCG Player. So like, no data has actually sold on actual, like, where the market price will actually fall for them. So that's why I'm rounding down a good chunk. All right, action news: Ice Cream Kitty, Eastwind Avatar, Cryptid, Raft Turtle, Flayman, Death in the Family, Technique. Path of Ancestry from the commander deck. Enters tapped. Add a mana of a color identity. When you spend that mana to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, scry 1. Another Plains one. Don and Leo Problem Solvers. 3 Azorius for 4/6. Beginning your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact you control and up to 1 target creature you control. Return to the battlefield under their owner's controls. It's very strong. Exploding Barrel. 3 mana for a artifact. Add a mana of any color, put a pressure counter. 8 mana sack. It deals 20 damage to start creature. Costs 1 less for each pressure counter. Okay. That's interesting. Good news, dude. It says it's inflammable. Turtle Van in the extended art. Very cool. Waves of Aggression. 3 Boros. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this main phase, there's an additional combat, followed by an additional main phase. And then you can retrace, which is cast it from your graveyard by discarding a land and then paying its mana cost. And a Raph and Leo sibling rivalry. So very good with the Waves of Aggression. You just keep making combat phases. And, oh, this is Flyman? No, Baxter Experimental Scientist. I thought that was Flyman. I don't know. All right. What we got? 5 packs left? 4 packs left? There we go. There we go. Five packs left. This one being one of those 5. Oh, God. Why are these packs so hard to open? There we go. All right. Bebop, Manhole, Station Commando, Foot Elite, Rocksteady, Dream Beavers, Dimensional Exile, Janika's Technique in the special art, Thriving Isle, Surge Foil, kind of a waste of a Surge Foil. Swamp Pizza as a regular. I would have preferred this to have been the Surge Foil. Come on. All right. We have Improvised Arsenal. 2 mana for an equipment. Gets +1. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each artifact you control. 5 mana, create a token, and then you can equip it for 1 red, which is... It's such an insane equip cost for what can be a very powerful artifact. Bebop, Skull and Crossbones from the Commander deck. 1 in a black for 2/1. Partner with Rocksteady Mutant Marauder. Death Touch. When it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw X cards, where X is the number of counters on Bebop. If you do, lose X life. Raph and Mikey Troublemakers in special art. Splinter of the Shadows. So this is Ashcoat of the Shadow Swarm. 4 mana for 3/4. Rat Warlock. When it attacks or blocks other rats you control, get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of rats you control. Oh, wow. So that's crazy. At the beginning of your end step, you may mill 4 cards. If you do, return up to 2 rat cards from your graveyard to your hand. Ah, wow. It's so colorful, too. And a Turtles in Time full art, or extended art in foil. Mutagen token, mutant token. That Splinter looks really good. I do hope that in one of the other packs that we do get that Rocksteady that this Bebop mentions. There we go. All right. That one was so much easier to open. Jesus. All right. Foot Mystic, Dimension X, Guac and Marshmallow, Stomping the Foot, Foot Ninjas, Casey Jones, Cariel's Technique, Casey Jones, just in special art foil. Oop. Commander deck, Cultivate. Very classic. Search your library for 2 basic lands, reveal those cards, put 1 into play, tap the other in your hand. All right, Surge Foil Swamp. We have not gotten the Forest yet, which I would like. Can I showcase that it is a Surge Foil? There we go. Yeah, you can see the surgingness of it there. Krang again in foil. Northwind Avatar. Oh, this is a card I didn't pull in the normal art. 2 blue, blue, red. Flying. When this creature enters, if you cast it, you may put a card you own from outside the game in your hand. And it's a 5/5. It's a 5/5 flyer. Like, that's just good. Ooh. Another Surge Foil. Toxka and Raza unsupervised. 3 mana, 3/3 from the commander deck. First strike. Whenever another non-token creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a counter on Toxka and Razar. Create a treasure token. It only happens once a turn. That's still pretty good. All will be one. Enchantment 3 red red. Whenever you put one or more counters on a permanent or player, this enchantment deals that much damage to target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or planeswalker an opponent controls. And Turtle Van extended art, and a food Turtle Spirit token. Put up. Boom. Turtle Van. All will be one. Come on. I do like the, we got 2 search foils in that pack, which wasn't bad. Oh, come on, just open up. Oh, because I'm trying to open the bottom. That's why it wouldn't open up. So, Taka and Razar. I want to see what that looks like. Taka and Raza unsupervised. $12. Yeah, that'll probably be like a $2 Surge Foil is my guess. Ow. There we go. Another art card. TCRI, Stockman, Janaka, Spicy Oatmeal, Michelangelo, Mutant BFF, the Acidic Slime, just regular. There's the Forest with the broccoli pizza. Raphael the Night Watcher in regular foil. Rootbound Crag from the commander deck. Northampton Farm. Add a colorless, exile a creature you control for 1 mana, or 2 mana, sack this land, return a creature card exiled with this land under your control, return each other card exiled with this land to its owner's hand. So, I mean, it could be interesting as like a sort of theft thing, where you steal your thing, your opponent's stuff, you exile it under the farm, in which then maybe later on you return something onto your field while everything else goes to hand, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, Uezawa's Jite, or Raph's Jite in foil. Very nice. And a Donatello in foil as well. I do like how the key shines. And his utility belt too. Krang and Shredder? Krang and Shredder. Hey, I'm right. Okay, that is still the top. There we go. Yeah, I think I have that Rootbound Crag, or I have Rootbound Crag in the deck that I run red-green, so I don't think I need that. So it'll be good to have. I do want to see about Raph's Jite in foil. $13. So it'll probably be like a $5 foil or something. Alright. Second to last pack. Negate, High Flying, Ragamuffin, Neutrinos, Command Tower, Planes, Rat King and Foil, Tempestra from the Commander deck, not Surge Foil. April O'Neil from the Commander deck, live on the scene. 2 mana, 2/1. Whenever a mutant, ninja, or turtle you control enters, investigate. Partner character select. So if you have another creature with partner character select, you'll be able to have that. Rhythm of the Wild. 1 red green enchantment. Creature spells can't be countered. Non-token creatures enter, have riot, so you give them a +1/+1 counter, or you give them haste. And Savanti Romaro Extended Art Foil. Mutagen Ninja. Oh, I just noticed that this Plains is actually a Surge Foil Plains. If I can get it to showcase. There it is. Boom. Surge foils are pretty good because they don't curl as much as the other foils do. Alright, and we have one final pack. There we go. That one was also incredibly hard to open. Alright. Almond Cheese Pizza, Leonardo, Leader in Blue, April Reported the Weird, New Generation Technique Special Art, Cultivate in Surge Foil. Not horrible. Mountain. I'm not seeing a Surge Foil next to this. Leader's Talent. 2 mana. Whenever you attack, put a +1/+1 counter on target attacking creature you control. Whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, if it had a counter on it, you gain 2 life for another 3 mana. Whenever you cast a spell, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. That is disgusting. That is incredibly disgusting. Shredder, Shadow Master from the Commander deck. 5 mana, 5/5. Whenever Shredder attacks a player, for each other opponent, create a token that's a copy of Shredder tapped and attacking, except it's not legendary. Whenever Shredder deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up. That's so cool. I actually like that. That's really nice. Michelangelo's Technique in Special Art. Path to Exile. Exile target creature. Its opponent may search their library for a basic land card. And finally, Turtles Forever Extended Art. Which I do need a regular art of that. Ooh, hey, Ooze token for, not Scavenging Ooze, Biogenetic Ooze or whatever it was called. And a copy token, which already has some scuff on it here. Straight out of the pack. That's fun. Love it. All right. overall, not too bad. I like some of the stuff that we got. We got Super Shredder, which was one that I kind of wanted, because I might want to try building a deck around that. We started off the collector box with a nice showcase there, and honestly, a pretty cool one as well if you wanted to go like artifacts. So, honestly, not too bad. I like what I got. So, that's going to be it. Amanda, thanks for coming by and chatting. If anyone else was here and you were lurking, you know, you're more than welcome to chat if you want. If you just want to watch, you're more than allowed to do that as well. So, that's going to be it for now. So, hopefully I'll be able to get back into a, like, sort of normal streaming schedule. So, I don't know when the next time that will be, but, when we do come back, it will be, more God of War stuff. So, I hope to see you guys then.